Hi, my name is Vanessa Lanang, and I'm a Filipino-American author from Los Angeles, California. I write young adult fiction and adult romance. During the day, I also work as a book editor at a small traditional press where I guide writers in crafting stories and editing their books. My latest book, Fireheart, is a young adult fantasy set in a world where a war is being fought over the control of magic. It takes place at the Dragon Academy, a school for dragon slayers, and that world outside its walls where magic isn't ruled by laws. While training at the academy, the main character, Kalia, learns that the school is turning students into dragons for their own unethical reasons. After learning of this corruption, she leaves the school with a young slayer named Ryu to search out her father to get help. In the process, she finds the dragon that took her mother's life and acts on this lifelong revenge, but ends up unearthing more dark secrets. Inspiration for Fireheart came from a lot of different places. I didn't start in fantasy as a writer. In my youth, I read a lot of YA horror that eventually moved to dystopian before I settled into fantasy. I also love dragons, but I wanted to write them in a way that was a little bit different, that wasn't exactly like classic high fantasy. So even if you're not a huge fantasy reader, I think the story is very accessible in its world building. I did want to explore the theme of being caught between two worlds, much like my own personal experience of being part of two different cultures, and what that means when you feel like you don't completely belong to either. This story explores identity and how we find our place in the world. I didn't grow up seeing characters in fiction that looked a lot like me, so I wanted to write a book that represented that, and not in circumstances that portrayed social injustices. My main character, Kalia, does have similar features to me, but she's probably brave in all the ways I'm not. She's willing to take risks and stand up for things that are important to her, but in the face of authority. I also wanted this perception from other characters that Kalia is naturally good at everything she does, when in fact, in her own mind, which the story takes place in first person, she is anything but perfect. And she has her feelings of being alone because of this division she feels with her peers, as well as insecurities that she has to overcome. I love that I get to create worlds and scenarios where someone who's at odds with obstacles in their life can pick themselves up in these dark moments and overcome them. I also get to give underdogs their victory story and write about characters that would otherwise always be a side character. Writing enables me to tell stories about hope and empathy and resilience, something I think we need more of in today's world. Read as much as you can, especially in the genre you want to write. There's so much great work out there that can inspire and inform your writing, as well as write whenever you can, no matter if it's not going to be published or it won't be read for critique. Just like an athlete who puts thousands of hours into their sport, you have to do the same thing for writing. Those bits of writing you do, or books that you write about that end up on the digital shelf of your laptop, those are words that you're learning from and growing as a writer. So you can find Fireheart online at barnesandnoble.com and Amazon in ebook, paperback, and hardcover, as well as a digital download on BookFunnel.